In this video, I'm gonna talk about JD Vance Epstein secret, and I'm gonna share this important video with you. And I was literally shocked after watching this clip. I'm gonna share this clip with you. First of all, take a look at this clip, guys. And what is your opinion about JD Vance? You can tell me in the comment section. First of all, take a look at this important clip. Here we go.
Buddy, every single day we get more and more proof that Vice President J.D. Vance's entire political career has been a psyop on the American people. A psyop is a psychological operation, oftentimes referred to in the context of the CIA or Russian psyops or Chinese or Iranian psyops. All countries try to enact these, but in this case, the psyop is being perpetrated by Peter Thiel, a Silicon Valley billionaire who is basically the Antichrist himself. There have been leaked audio recordings passed around over the past few weeks of Peter Thiel telling a college class during a closed-off lecture that he's been advising Vice President J.D. Vance to ignore Pope Leo on moral issues, including the development of ethical AI. He also suggested the American Pope was a tool of the Antichrist. I want to dig into this full story. Credit of this story goes to the Letters from Leo. It is a publication that I'll link below, and I found this to be incredibly interesting. I wasn't going to cover it until I got this news story that popped up in my feed as well. We then got more emails showing Peter Thiel and Jeffrey Epstein's relationship being much closer than previous known. Epstein even encouraged Peter Thiel's growing interest and involvement in right-wing politics. Now, if you know J.D. Vance's backstory, you know there's not some casual endorsement happening here. It's not that Peter Thiel endorsed J.D. Vance and J.D. Vance doesn't really know about it. No. J.D. Vance worked within Peter Thiel's orbit in venture capital and then was financially backed by Peter Thiel to the tune of roughly $15 million in order to launch his Senate race. Peter Thiel's entire investment into J.D. Vance was for this long-term plan of making him the president, and J.D. Vance's entire political career was catapulted due to this original early interest by Peter Thiel. So Peter Thiel gave J.D. Vance $15 million. At the time, he had this company, Palantir. He had multiple other companies. Palantir now has many governmental contracts under the J.D. Vance and Donald Trump presidency, let me remind you. So this isn't some like abstract relationship of an endorsement that some billionaire gave. It is a very tight-knit relationship that has existed before J.D. Vance became a mainstream politician and before he even became a politician whatsoever. They've known each other for decades, basically, at this point, probably a decade and a half. So these new emails that show Peter Thiel and Jeffrey Epstein's friendship being close and Jeffrey Epstein advising Peter Thiel to go into this is pretty damning. I guess let's start here and then we'll move over.
Why Jeffrey Epstein is just connected to Trump administration and President Trump, and even a few days back, everybody was blaming Melania Trump that she was connected to Jeffrey Epstein, and she just came and denied everything. I never visited Jeffrey Epstein Island, and now we can see JD Vance and his friend is connected to Jeffrey Epstein. Trump don't like this. Trump don't want to hear a connection. When everybody says, when any political commentator asks a question from President Trump that about JD Vance, and he just got triggered, he just throws tantrum, and Trump don't like this thing, I think, yeah, and still people are talking about Jeffrey Epstein. I remember when Epstein files were released a few months back, it was trending. Then most of the political commentators, they claim Trump started this war, a war with Iran, to just hide the issue of Epstein file. And then now you can see everybody's again talking about Jeffrey Epstein. So that's not a good news for President Trump.
The Pope Leo part. Make sure you drop a like and subscribe to the Adam Mockler feed if you appreciate the truth, if you appreciate the lie breaking that we do.
And Pope Leo, Trump was attacking him, and Trump was saying Pope likes crime. And that is a major, biggest statement from any president and former presidents of USA. When we compare the presidents of USA, and Trump is just attacking everyone. Trump is attacking NATO allies. Trump is attacking Pope. He is literally throwing tantrums everywhere.
On this channel, I mean, there's so many lies pushed in the media by this administration and right-wing ecosystems, and we work all day to push back on that. So, of course, make sure to subscribe below to help us build our team. Let's just start here. Emails show that Peter Thiel and Jeffrey Epstein's friendship was much closer than once known. Epstein encouraged Thiel's interest in right-wing politics. After Epstein's crimes blew up in the headlines in early 2015, Peter Thiel told him that he wasn't bothered. He hoped it would blow over soon, in fact, and suggested they use it to strategize on how to weather controversies. He also told him he'd go to his island. This was as he knew JD Vance. So roughly 2 weeks after the lawsuit that made global headlines, Peter Thiel emailed Epstein, not JD Vance, telling him that if he made it to Miami at the end of the month, quote, "I'll stop by your island." 8 days after that, as the unflattering headlines and public denunciations piled up, Epstein asked Peter Thiel, quote, "Does my bad press give you pause?" he asked. "If I was intimidated by bad press," said Peter Thiel, "I would have not gotten anywhere in life," Thiel replied. "But I do hope that you're holding up well and that the cycle won't go much further." By the way, Peter Thiel is the guy who's famous for this clip as well, talking about humanity. He's literally the Antichrist.
I think you would prefer the human race to endure, right? You're hesitating.
Yeah, well,
yes?
I don't know. I would
This is a long hesitation. This is a long hesitation.
There's so many questions implicit
Should
in this.
the human race survive?
Yes.
Okay.
But I also would I also would like us to radically solve these problems.
Right.
And so, it's always, I don't know, transhumanism.
There is no way we want this guy making decisions for the human race. And if JD Vance ever becomes the president of the United States, that's what will happen. Peter Thiel will be making decisions on behalf of all of us and pushing towards this weird transhumanist AI vision that he has for the future. AI needs to be controlled by people who actually want to redistribute wealth to the worker, not the people who want to profit maximize. So, and really quickly, I urge all of you to be using the internet in a safe manner. Most people don't realize that their email is the backbone of their digital identity. Your bank, your jobs, your passwords, all of your accounts likely connect back to your email. It's how the internet recognizes you. And with most providers, whether this press cycle is going to keep escalating, Thiel asked 18 minutes later. It would be good to compare notes at some point on strategies on this sort of stuff. Copious reporting on the Epstein document shows that there were many wealthy and influential people who were willing to simply ignore Epstein's crimes to maintain a friendly relationship with him, but few actively passed on their sympathies about the bad press that was, after all, about the sexual assault Epstein committed against underage girls. Fewer still, if any, requested that he pass on to them the lessons that he had learned from the unsavory episode. Peter Thiel is one sick puppy. Epstein showed Thiel generosity, including tax advice, and straight up offered him $50 to $100 million to invest. Thiel, in turn, gave him investment advice, sent him a book, and pushed him to invest $10 to $20 million in his firm's new fund. So JD Vance's political career could have been created from Epstein money. It's an Epstein career, and it all went full.
That's a major breakthrough. I was literally thinking a few days back that JD Vance is not somehow connected to Jeffrey Epstein. But now we can literally see Trump administration, and the people were blaming, Melania Trump. All these people are connected to Jeffrey Epstein. I can't believe, literally, I can't believe this can happen for real.
Circle when he was in the Epstein administration and they covered up these files. It was a beneficial relationship. So listen, in 2018, in an email exchange, Epstein and Bitcoin developer Jeremy Rubin strategized how exactly they would have him invest in Bitcoin mining startup while keeping his identity under wraps because he was poisonous in the press. Since Rubin worried otherwise potential investment Googling your name might get spooked. When the company refused to move forward until they knew who they were getting in bed with, Epstein instructed Rubin to be honest and tell him, quote, "I'm a major investor with Thiel. They can ask about him." They're not bothered. They'll chat with Thiel, Rubin reported back after the conversation. When Epstein learned Thiel was a Trump delegate, he seemed to take an interest in making sure Thiel grew his interest within Trump world and advised him how to do it, connecting him with Trump friend and fundraiser Tom Barack and discouraging him from publicly criticizing Trump. Other players Epstein worked to put Thiel in touch with include Bill Burns, Bob Kerrey, Catherine Rumler, CSIS head Tom Pritzker, and a number of European and Asian officials.
Well, guys, did you see a connection of JD Vance to Jeffrey Epstein? as I told you before, I was not aware of this. That I was literally thinking a few days back that thank God JD Vance is not connected to Jeffrey Epstein in any way. But now it's recently a major breakdown. It's a major, breaking, a kind of breaking from Adam Mockler, that he's saying he is literally connected. His career was started with the Epstein money. I was like, can you believe JD Vance's career was started with the Epstein money, and he is going to run for a president in 2028? Are you going to vote for President JD Vance? Right now he is vice president, but he can be a president in 2028, and the Republicans, they are very happy. They are ready to vote for him. Are you ready to vote for JD Vance in 2028? And I think he will run against Kamala Harris. So who would be the better choice for a president of USA? So what's your opinion? What is your stance? Let me know in the comment section, guys. I gained a lot of knowledge from your comments. And please comment under my video. It's really very important. I want to know about your opinion. And please consider subscribing if you're new to this channel. When you click on the subscribe button, it means a lot to me. It actually helps me a lot when you click on the subscribe button. I'll bring more important videos for you. Till then, please take care of yourself, and please take care of your health as well. It's really very important. And please excuse my accent as well. I'm not a native speaker. I'm just trying to learn American accent as soon as possible through these videos and all this stuff. And I really enjoy, US politics, and it is becoming interesting day by day. So I'll bring more important videos for you. Till then, please take care of yourself.